everyone, it's Samantha, and today's topic is Olivia's 8-month update. There are a lot of major changes this month, but also just a ton of new developments. It seems like every day again, this month she's just doing something new, saying something new, just learning so much so fast. It's incredible how quickly they learn things. So one of the main developments this month is her bottom 2 teeth came in. They're still working on coming all the way out, but they are significantly out. You can see them in photos now. She's got 2 little teeth and it's so cute. The other big development this month is just maybe in the last 2 weeks, she has started standing up, pulling herself up on things. She cruises around things now. She's just starting to do the cruising, but she is really, really good at pulling herself up. At first, she wanted to stand up, but I'd have to kind of help her up a little bit. I'd put my hands out and she would pull herself up with my hands, but she wouldn't just pull herself up on items. And just maybe the last week, she can pull herself up on the gate, on toys, on her bookshelf, on various things. Pretty much anything that's tall, she'll pull herself to a standing position on. And just the last few days, she's cruising around a lot more. She'll also let go with one hand and just hold herself steady with the other hand. So she's not even having both hands on things now, which means she's really gaining her balance. And it took 3 days for her to learn how to sit back down. That was a thing. She got stuck standing up and couldn't get herself down in the crib. So it took 3 days to learn that. The first nap time was really hectic. I ended up having to show her how to get down and help her down 3 times. And then the 4th time she got down on her own, but it was really, really wobbly. She kind of plopped herself down. The second day nap time, she needed my help 1 time, and then the second time she got herself down a little bit smoother than the time before. And you know, during these days she's practicing this too. She's getting stuck on items. I'm helping her get down, showing her how to get down. So she's practicing the skills. But then the 3rd day's nap time, she was up cruising around her crib, just kind of in circles around the edges of the crib, and she got herself down super smoothly. And that day, most of the times downstairs and anywhere we were, she would pull herself up and get down by herself, but there were a couple of times I needed to help her. And then the 4th day, she's totally fine in her crib again, but it was a major breakthrough that every single time she pulled herself up, she was able to get herself down super duper smoothly. No like forceful plops down. And she's been helping herself up and down ever since. And like I said, she's holding just one hand on an item and standing. And there's been times where she's pulled up on me and I've gotten her hands and kind of walked her forward. So she is taking steps forward, which is crazy. Oh my gosh, she's only 8 months old. So I keep telling her to slow down a little bit because from the looks of it, she wants to walk. And I know, cruising can go on for months and months. And hopefully in her case, it goes on for months and months because I'm not sure I'm ready to have her walking. I was an early walker. I walked around 10 months, I think. And so I'm not going to be surprised if she really starts walking the next few months, but I would like her to wait. I would love it to be closer to 1 year or like 14 months. I know there's pretty much no chance we're going to get there. She wants to move. And in fact, we've had some struggles with that. She does not like being still for very long. She wants to be crawling around, standing up on things, exploring. And the struggles have happened. She does not want to be in the shopping cart. She just doesn't want to be strapped in the shopping cart. I don't know why, but she would much prefer being worn in the ergo. I don't know if it's a separation anxiety thing, but she does not want to be in the shopping cart now. The last like 3 or 4 times I've gone out, she hasn't even sat in the shopping cart because she just won't even let me set her down in the shopping cart. She just starts throwing a fit. So I wear her, and also she won't sit in her stroller anymore. It's been a couple of weeks now. We've tried a few times in the stroller and she won't last a whole walk in the stroller. She will want to be carried halfway through. And it's just like she gets really clingy, really upset. So I think it's just a separation anxiety thing. I think it's something we're going to work through and get past. But yeah, right now she is very clingy. And speaking of that, her first word was mama. She does say mama. She says ma repeatedly. Last month I said she was babbling, making sounds. This month she's actually, I feel like, saying legitimate things. Mama's one of them. She does say ma all the time, repeatedly too. She says baba for bye-bye, which is really cute. We say bye-bye to certain things during the day, and she's repeated me a couple of times saying bye-bye to the thing, which is so cute. She does say meh for milk. Some of the time she'll say it, some of the time she'll just be like frantically crying. It's like when she's ready for milk, she comes up to me, tries to bite at my shirt, and then starts screaming if I'm not fast enough. It's like as soon as hunger hits, she is ready and starving. So had to be really quick. I don't get a lot of her saying meh for milk anymore. It's mostly screaming, and that's another thing. She is in the middle of a screaming phase. Screaming when she's happy, screaming when she's sad, screaming when she wants something, screaming when she doesn't want something. She is really testing out her vocal cords, so it gets really loud some of the time. Especially I feel like eating right now is a really loud event. She has gone back and forth with the purees this month. When her teeth were coming in and her gums were sore, there was about a week and a half where all she wanted was puree. She would not do the baby-led weaning. I'd set food in front of her. She would just kind of mess with it, not really eat much of it, maybe take a couple of bites and then start screaming and not wanting to eat any of the things. I'd have to spoon feed her the purees. And then just this last week or so, she's back to absolutely refusing the purees. She will only eat prune puree. She's always loved the prunes, but that's pretty much the only one she eats now. I have to mix the prunes with anything else if I'm trying to get her to eat a puree, and she just wants to feed herself. Even the puree, she'll try to grab the spoon, and that gets really, really messy, but I still let her grab the spoon and do it herself as much as possible. I want her to be independent when she wants to be independent, so I don't battle her for things like that. She is just loving her food. She eats so well, and one of the things I don't know, the last few days, she has really started picking up on me signing for more and knowing what I'm saying. She knows that more food is coming. She gets really, really excited. She will make an M sound like muh some of the time. Most of the time right now, like I said, screaming instead of actually saying words. But definitely she shows that she's excited for more food. When I say, do you want more of whatever it is? She shows a lot of excitement. With the food, broccoli was one of her favorites for a really long time. Now her favorite is definitely strawberries, followed closely by bread and carrots. Those are her three main favorites right now. But the strawberries, man, she can eat like 2 or 3 of those big strawberries all by herself. I do cut them into the bite-sized bits, but she just goes to town on strawberries. She absolutely loves bath time. She gets angry sometimes when we take her out of the bath, so we really try to like make it fun when we get out of the bath so she doesn't start screaming. It's definitely very interesting that she has such strong opinions. And speaking of strong opinions, she did have like a kind of a temper tantrum, some sort of hissy fit in a store one day. I was buying ribbon at a craft store, and you know, the ribbon spools have the price on the side of the ribbon spools. You actually have to physically pick them up to see the prices of them. So I'm looking at the ribbon, picking them up, looking at the prices, reading the information on the ribbon, and as I'm picking up each one, she's starting to scream because she wants the item. If I put it back or put it in the shopping cart, she would start crying, like full-blown having a meltdown pretty much every time. And I had toys. I could not get her distracted with the toys. I had a passy, could not get her distracted with the passy. She has not done that as bad since, but she has had moments where if I'm holding something and I don't hand it to her, she gets really upset. And she has gotten upset with me taking things away from her that she shouldn't have. She really went through like maybe a week of this constant like throwing a fit if she doesn't get what she wants. And I'm sure, you know, this is just the beginning of those kind of fits, but it was really interesting. I've never had her do things like that before. And lately, I feel like her personality is really developing. She is a funny, goofy little girl. She is constantly lately like giggling to herself. I don't know if she's amusing herself. I feel like some of the time she'll giggle and kind of look at me like she wants me to giggle back. And if I say something to her, it'll just make her giggle more sometimes. And recently she has this little like hammer toy. She will stick it in her mouth and start crawling and laughing with it in her mouth. And I'll be in the bathroom like getting ready in the morning, and I'll hear her giggling, and she'll be crawling around to the door, and as soon as she can see me, she starts giggling so hard the hammer falls out. So she thinks she's funny, like she's doing something funny on purpose, that she's coming to show me. And I just think it's the funniest thing. I cracked up so much one morning with her doing this because she's trying to get my attention, trying to make me laugh. Like, she is just like her dad. Her dad is, you know, constantly making me laugh, constantly being funny. And she is just the same way. Really, really goofy. She'll do something and then laugh at herself. And she knows I'm gonna laugh because it's a goofy thing too. So it's just really cute to see her little personality come out, see how goofy she can be. She definitely likes laughing, likes being happy, and it's really cute, and it keeps me laughing during the day. We do have a lot of fun. Going along with the cruising and the movement, she can crawl and get pretty much anywhere she wants. We don't worry so bad about her falling anymore, and she is out on the hardwood floor areas a lot with me now. We do block off certain areas just for safety. I haven't child-proofed everything yet, but lately she's started to try to open drawers and open cabinets. She can open both if she really gets into it. Definitely she can open drawers, and cabinets she's just starting to be able to open, so we do have to get on the child-proofing and making sure there's only safe things in the cabinets she can get to. I feel like this month she's just starting to communicate with me a lot better. I feel like she understands quite a bit of what I'm saying. No, not everything, but she really clearly understands certain things. Like when I ask her if she wants more, when we're saying bye-bye to certain things, she understands we're moving on to a different thing. And another thing, she's understood me when I've said no a couple of times. And there's 2 specific times. And it's, you know, it's taken multiple times, but she knows that I don't want her touching the doggy's water bowl. She knows that there's certain phrases that I say repeatedly, and she's gotten to the point now where she'll kind of go for it, look at it, then look at me, and I'll go, yep, you're right, you don't touch that one, and she'll move on and go to something else without even reaching out to touch it. So she definitely has understood I don't want her touching the water bowl. There have been times, you know, she has touched it, but overall, especially lately, she does not touch the water bowl, which is great because I could just see the huge mess if she knocks over the whole water bowl. And another one that's just been lately is she's been putting her mouth on her books, and that's just something I don't want her doing. I don't want her ruining the books. I tell her, don't put that in your mouth, or no books in your mouth, things like that. Really simple phrases that I say to her, and she knows. So she'll hold it up like she's gonna put it in her mouth, look at me, and set it down even before I say anything, even before I make a look at her, and then I say good job, or I say that's right, we don't put our books in our mouths, something like that. That's been one we've been working on, and she's really not been putting them in her mouth very often anymore. At first it was like every book she sticks in her mouth, and now it's like maybe at most once a day. I have to remind her not to stick the books in her mouth, but overall she's doing really, really well with that. Our schedule's pretty much the same as last month. She's on 1 nap, she's sleeping through the night. I just feel like this month we make great progress with communication. I feel like I've been really consistent on talking to her a lot, walking her through what we do during the day, involving her in things as much as possible. Like when we're reading books, I say, okay, turn the page, and she'll reach out and turn the page. And it's really been fun going from, you know, no communicating really, like me talking to her and it just not connecting at all, to now we're making sense of things. She's understanding things a little bit. We're just starting to, you know, have some communication back and forth, and it's really nice. And I know it's just the beginning of stages of the communication, but I really like it. It makes a big difference having some communication going on. But I feel like that's it. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I will insert some clips of her at the end of this video. So please give me a thumbs up if you like baby updates, and be sure to subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. You want some? You want some? You can't eat that. You can't eat it. You can't eat that. You can't eat that. What are you doing? You can't eat that. All right. 1, 2, boom! Good job. 1, 2, boom! Good job. Let's try to do some more. 3. There you go. Boom! Good job. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Wait, hold on. Let's get 4 up there. Boom! Good job! Look at you, Liv! She's never done that. We're gonna see if she's gonna just fall down. Are you gonna be able to get yourself down is the real question. Uh-oh. Are you stuck? You can get down. Did she just follow her hands up? I'm not sure what the feet are doing. They're dancing. You were getting so big. There's a good boom. That was good. All right, let's go outside. We're going to read chicks. Chicks. Chicks hatch from eggs. Chicks run, run, run. Chicks go cheep, cheep, cheep. Sleep. Good night, chicks. And do it again? Okay. All right, ready? You want more? Do you want more? Do you want more? All right, go get you some more strawberries. Here you go. She might like them. Maybe.